India successfully launched its maiden mission to Mars from the spaceport of Sriharikota in the southern state of Andhra Pradesh on Tuesday. The $73 million Mars Orbiter mission, or MAM, nicknamed Mangalyaan, which means Mars craft in Hindi, lifted off at 2:38 p.m. local time atop an Indian-made rocket, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle C-25, which is 44 meters tall and weighs 320 tons. Some Indian aerospace experts credited the success of Tuesday's launch to the country's fast-developed technology in the aerospace field in the recent years. The mission is set to travel for 300 days and expected to reach the Mars orbit in September 2014, according to state-owned Indian Space Research Organization ISRO. On board is the Mars Orbiter satellite and 5 other scientific instruments to study the surface, atmosphere and mineralogy of Mars. If all goes well and the mission reaches the red planet's orbit, then ISRO will become the world's 4th space agency after those of the United States, Russia and Europe to undertake a successful mission to reach Mars. India recently announced that its government will replace email services based on foreign servers with a new email service system for government officials by the end of 2013. The email service plan in operation advises all government officials to send important emails through the new system, which is run by the Indian government. The Indian Ministry of Information and Broadcasting said the new system will be put into use in December 2013. The ministry also advised all government bodies to avoid using email services based on foreign servers. This means that email providers like Gmail, Yahoo and Outlook, the most commonly used American email services, will gradually be banned for use by the Indian government. Indian officials also advised all embassies to use virtual private networks and one-time passwords when logging onto network services provided by the Indian Information Centre. In Hong Kong, security experts have warned the people the risk of using bitstrips, a recent popular Facebook application. The new and trendy application turns users' status updates into comic strips. These comic strip characters can emote, perform actions, and even have conversations. Many Facebook users have jumped onto the bitstrips bandwagon. Although the application only designs caricature, it asks the users for their name, photo, email address, date of birth, and even a list of friends and their birthdays. This user says that he has gotten so used to being asked for his personal details, he didn't see a problem with the bitstrips registration procedure. This internet user said he doesn't see why birthdays need to be kept secret because he thinks not much can be done with that information anyway. According to a computer security expert, scammers can lure a user in with emails which can lead to certain websites or carry viruses. 1,700-year-old ancient mosaic was discovered accidentally in Turkish central Anatolian province of Amasya. Local experts claim the mosaic, which is lying on around 80 square meter area, belongs to ancient Roman period and is most probably the remains of municipality or assembly building's floor. Amasya Governor Halil Komatiken said that they are not planning to replace the mosaic, but they will take all necessary precautions to protect the mosaic and use them as tourist attraction to the city. He said this is the second mosaic discovery in Amasya and stressed the benefits that they can gain from tourism and the historical significance of the mosaic to the city. Amasya stands in the mountains above the Black Sea coast, in a narrow valley along the banks of Yeşilırmak River. Amasya is one of the provinces in north-central Anatolia, Turkey, which is distinct for its natural setup and historical values. It was the home of the geographer Strabon. Located in a narrow cleft of the Yeşilırmak or Iris River, it has a history of 7,500 years, during which many civilizations have left their mark. Its location in a steep valley makes the city a mountain stronghold, easy to defend, and thus Amasha has had a long and prominent history. Sales of seafood have plummeted in South Korea, with consumers fearing it could be contaminated following the Fukushima nuclear disaster. It comes after the South Korean government banned all imports from 8 prefectures surrounding the Fukushima nuclear power plant in Japan last September. It also lowered the allowed level of radiation in fish products from 370 becquerels to 100 becquerel per kilogram. The move was supposed to reassure the public that local fish is safe to eat, but instead is having the opposite effect. The Fukushima plant, crippled following the March 11, 2011 earthquake and tsunami, has had a series of mishaps in recent months, including radioactive water leaks from storage tanks. South Korea's Ministry of Food and Drug Safety says import from Japan have vastly decreased, and they are doing all they can to ensure no contaminated fish enters Korean markets. Fishmongers are also doing their best to convince consumers that eating fish is safe, but the public is not convinced. Consumers say they fear contaminated water from the crippled reactors spreads further than Japan. Some also suspect false labeling by distributors. In an attempt to boost sales and ease customer fear, local store the Hinaro Club has set up a radiation level scanning station next to its seafood section. It allows customers to use a portable radiation level checker to check the fish for radiation before they buy it. Many stores are putting on seafood promotion events, selling products with huge discount prices to increase the sales. One store was selling lobsters at less than $10 to bring in more customers. The discounts at least are a crumb of comfort to some shoppers who feel they have to buy fish despite their fears. Hundreds of Iranian knowledge-based companies have joined a technological exhibition in Tehran to display their latest products on a variety of research fields. Some 1,104 products or schemes have been put on the stands in the show by over 800 Iranian companies. The companies have joined the show in search of favorable offers from the market before they can tread the commercial trek in mass numbers. The technological exhibition covers a variety of domains from medicine to energy and information technology. The exhibition features 5 to 10 kilowatt homemade fuel cells that have already been embargoed by certain foreign states. It also features an unmanned small aircraft that may both be used in combat or in monitoring roads or pipelines. The acclaimed Iranian University of Amir Kabir has come to host a range of competitions on robotics and artificial intelligence. The competitions have absorbed domestic market managers who have a thirst for the technology. 150 teams from 40 universities nationwide had applied for the exciting event, but almost half of them failed to qualify for the competitions. In the artificial intelligence matches, the contestants offer their technological solutions in blockage of hackers, identification of forgery in banking networks, and determination of vehicle specifications. In the robotics section, the university researchers showcase their latest products. These include humanoid robots, small-sized robots, farmer robots, and rescue robots. The Japanese Kunchi Festival, designated a national cultural asset, reached its climax in the western city of Karatsu on Sunday. The autumn festival in Saga Prefecture is believed to have begun around the 17th century in the Edo period. Participants carried 14 decorated floats, including lion and lucky redfish designs. The floats were covered with plastic sheets to protect them from the rain. A visitor from central Japan said he was impressed by the spectacle of the traditional festival. Kenruko-en, one of the 3 most beautiful gardens in Japan, has started preparation for winter. 12 gardeners are placing ropes around the trees to protect them from the snow. On the first day, they started with a pine tree called Karasaki no Matsu. The height of the pine is about 9 meters. One of the gardeners climbed up and began putting the ropes in place while visitors watched him. A visitor to the garden said that she felt winter is about to arrive. The work will continue until the middle of December, when the gardeners will have finished protecting about 800 trees. A 17-year-old Chinese girl made her first public appearance this week since receiving a face transplant in video released by China's official Xinhua news agency on Friday. Zhu Jianmei, who lost her chin, eyelids and a large part of her right ear in a fire that occurred when she was 5 years old, underwent an 8-hour reconstructive surgery in mid-October at a major hospital in Fuzhou in China's Fujian province. In footage shot on Tuesday, Zhu appeared cheerful during her first meeting with local reporters after the medical procedure. Doctors implanted a fibrous tissue from Zhu's thigh onto the girl's chest so they could grow enough skin to cover the damaged parts of her face, the agency said. Although reconstructive surgery is not uncommon, Zhu's procedure had a pioneering edge, according to Jiang Chenghong, Associate Chief Doctor at the Union Hospital of Fujian Medical University. State-run Xinhua said that the girl's family comes from a small fishing village in the province and that for many years they were unable to afford plastic surgery for Zhu. With the help of 2 local charity foundations, Zhu Xianpan and Su Bobo, they recently raised $34,400 in order to pay for the operation. Doctors then came up with the unusual method of reconstructive surgery. Zhu's operation went well, according to doctors, and she is now waiting for the wounds left by the surgery to heal over the next few weeks. A smart vehicle competition began last Saturday in East China's Jiangsu province, with 18 unmanned vehicles competing for the championship. The first race of the 3-day Smart Car Challenge was the lake race competition, in which competing vehicles were required to complete an 18-kilometer circuit on complex road conditions around Kuncheng Lake in Jiangsu City. Unmanned vehicles from Chinese and foreign universities, including Tsinghua University, Beijing Institute of Technology and Seoul National University, participated in the event. The lake race assessments were dynamic vehicle interference, traffic signal recognition, construction detour, obstacle avoidance, and the end stop. The overall performance evaluation of the vehicles were focused on IntelliSense traffic signs, people, vehicles, objects, autonomous decision-making, and correct behavior control, and the criteria of safety, intelligence, steadiness, and speed.